Hey there. Do you ever have one of those days where absolutely everything goes wrong? You wake up late, something's not working, you're just kind of like a little bit behind, like a couple of steps of your regular routine. That's today. Pretty much everything. The alarm didn't go off, the batteries ran out. Our senior dog woke up super early. The coffee maker wasn't working. The technology, forget about it. I am filming this on a totally different setup because nothing was working. The USB, the plugins, the mic, the webcam, nothing. The lighting, nothing. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna take a step back. I made myself a cup of coffee and I was just like, we can do this. We can figure this out. And so I got out my iPhone, a different tripod, and this is the mic that we're using today. It may not be the best quality, but we're gonna get it done because today's video is all about treating your new bookkeeping business like a business from the very beginning. It is such an important message. I can talk about the technology or the foundation or all these different areas, but today I just wanna talk to you about starting to treat your business like a business from day one because you're constantly making that first impression and you truly don't know who is going to be watching you when you're going to be making that first impression or how, because it's not always just about you showing up to the meeting. There are so many things where you have an opportunity to make a great first impression, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So stay tuned for that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I created this channel, the Profitable Bookkeeping Biz, because there are so many things that you as a new bookkeeper, as a new business owner, can do in order to ensure that you will have a profitable business right from the very beginning. In previous videos, we've talked about different aspects of the business, but today I really want to focus on those early days when you're even starting to think about starting your business so that you can budget for it in the time that it will take and the money. I'm Veronica Sagastumi, and this is the Profitable Bookkeeping Biz channel, where I share tips with you on how to start, run, and grow a profitable bookkeeping business. In today's video, like I said, we're going to talk about simple things and budget-friendly things that you can do from the very beginning to treat your new bookkeeping business like a business from the start. And it is super simple to bypass these things because you're thinking, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, it does matter. You never know when you're going to make that first impression. And there are so many different ways that you can make a great first impression that will not take a lot of effort. But if you are not thinking about it, you may actually bypass it or overthink it or not think about it at all. So a couple of those is what I'm going to share with you today. And stay till the end because I may have a bonus and I just thought about it as I'm sitting here talking to you. All right, the very first thing is I want you to consider purchasing a domain, even if it's just your name, a domain name. In the beginning, I didn't even say Veronica Sagastumi consultant, none of that. It was just my name. And I still use it now. But I do have an accounting firm now and I have its own domain with that. But in the very beginning, you may not actually have a business name yet. And if you don't, just simply consider saying your last name and bookkeeping, or your first and last name and bookkeeper, or your first and last name and bookkeeping. That's, you know what I mean? Like play around with a combination. But the main thing that I want to ask is that I want you to consider purchasing the domain name, because the next step is for you to get your email to be with your domain name. And so you need to buy your domain name first, and then when you go to Google and you get your email and you link it to your domain, now you're going to be able to sync it and set it up so that it shows up as, in my case, Veronica at veronicasagastumi.com, or with my accounting firm, it's Veronica at fortifiedaccounting.com. But I also have an info at veronicasagastumi.com or info at fortifiedaccounting.com. Here's the thing. When you are in business and you are trying to put your best foot forward and make a great first impression, you want to make sure that people see you treating your business like a business. And that very small element, a lot of people will tell you it doesn't matter. I'm on the other side. I work with corporations, small businesses, big businesses where they're hiring accountants, bookkeepers, tax professionals, lawyers. And when they see for example, a law firm who says at gmail.com, they're thinking, really? You don't even have like a professional or a business email address? And then I just had this happen a couple of months ago. We were helping this client to hire an in-house bookkeeper, and a couple of people reached out, and you know what? A couple of candidates had their name and their domain name as part of their email address. They made a great impression. We had a few candidates that came through a bookkeeping service where they had asked, hey, would you consider hiring us to be your in-house bookkeepers? And their business name did not even have a domain. It was the name of their business at gmail.com. And you know, that kind of turned off the business owner. In considering them, because they thought, wow, they're not even investing in those, really budget-friendly tools. Again, this may seem like you don't need it, you don't want it, it's not necessary. I'm asking you to consider making that investment. It's super budget friendly. I think you can get a domain name for about $12 or $11.99 on GoDaddy, cheaper on other things in other websites or other platforms. And you can get your monthly Google email for $12, and you get the whole G Workforce, that workspace with it. And so that would be like $12 a year for your GoDaddy domain, and then maybe $12, or is it $6? No, I think it's $12. I have to check that out. I will put that in the description. I'll check that for you. But again, it may be like $12 a month for Gmail, and then your $12 a year for GoDaddy. The third thing would be for you to consider investing in a scheduler system like Calendly. Yes, they're free. Acuity, I think there's a free option, but the free option does not allow you to embed with Zoom, or it doesn't allow you to have a lot of different intake forms. So Acuity, I believe, is $10 a month, maybe $12, depending on if you pay all up front for the year or on a monthly service. Again, I will have that below. I will have the link to the resources. Anything that I am sharing with you right now, I will put a link in the description, but I'll also look into the pricing for you as well. Prices vary depending on the payment plan and what features you want. But for the most part, if you invest in your domain, that's $12 with GoDaddy a year. If you invest in Gmail, that's $12 a month. If you invest in Acuity or Calendly, the paid version, that's $10 a month. That scheduler will allow you to have an intake form. It will allow you to sync and link up with your Zoom account as well as your calendar. And so do you know how professional it is for you to be able to say, hey, click here to schedule your free consultation, or here's my link for you, find what works best for you so that we can have a conversation about your business, or so that I can learn more about your business. Those small details matter. You're going to make a great first impression, especially if you are ready to go, if you have set it up and you have no hesitation when somebody is ready, when you are getting ready to network and you're letting people know about your business, help your network help you by giving them a little bit of a script with the link as to how people can get a hold of you. Now, the fourth little tip that I have for you is free. Make sure that you have an email signature, that your Gmail has an email signature that has your maybe your picture. Stand out from the crowd. So what if other people don't do that? Real estate agents do it, brokers do it, you can do it. Have your picture, have your name, your URL for your email address. If you have a website, whatever, your social media handles, maybe a little tagline, or maybe the link to your scheduler. But have an email signature, because again, you never know when you're going to make that first impression. All right. So I don't want to get too much into a lot of other things that you can do to get set up. I wanted you to really think about considering investing in your domain, your email, and your scheduler. Those three things will allow you to make a great first impression. You guys, you can do this. I want you to make a great first impression at whatever stage that you're at. But in those early days, if you feel like, oh, that's even too much, you don't want to invest that much, you're in business and it costs money to be in business and to run a business. But I get it. Sometimes you're going to be on a budget. And so I want you to consider being resourceful and doing something to come up with the money to fund that side of your business. For example, I recently did this myself. We are in the process of getting a few new pieces of furniture, and I know that we were going to donate a few, but a few of the pieces were in great condition, and I thought, let me try to sell them. And then I thought, let me run an experiment and see if I can come up with a certain amount of money that then I could share with my audience, with you, to then fund your startup business. And so what I did is I took some pictures, took the measurements, did a little listing. I posted it on Facebook Marketplace. And yeah, I got a bunch of inquiries, which was really hard to get through all of those because I didn't realize how much work that was going to be. But I ended up selling a coffee table for $100. It was like a Pottery Barn, coffee table. It was in really good shape. And yeah, I disclosed all the little nicks that it had. But the person's like, do you say cash or Venmo? I do both. So she Venmo'd me. She came to pick it up, Venmo'd me the money. That $100 is now kind of like a startup budget. So for you guys, do you have something that you can sell on Poshmark, on eBay, or on Facebook Marketplace that could be used to fund those early stage startup costs? And have it just be about, okay, here's my running total. And another video that I'll make for you, I will talk about a tech stack and what the cost is and what is the cost between free and paid. Because sometimes you can start with free with the idea that if you like it and it works for you, you can upgrade to the paid version. You cannot run a successful and profitable business on all free tools, but you can start with some free and budget-friendly tools and then add as you go and add as you grow. I hope that you have found this video valuable. It is not for me to sit here and tell you, you have to do this, you must do. No, if anything, I'm giving you options and I want you to think about maybe it's an opportunity and things to consider, and maybe there's a compromise. Maybe you will invest in some and not the others. And it's not a hard no, it's a not yet. All right, so I'd love to hear from you. Which of these three, domain, your scheduler, or your email, will you invest in first? And the bonus one that I wanted to share with you is this: a website. I have a couple of videos on how to design a one-pager website, a simple and easy one-pager website, how to do it on a budget or for free. So I will make sure to link to those videos, because even that, if you create that signature that I just mentioned for your email, and you have your email address, and you have your website, and you have your scheduler, these are all different ways that people can get a hold of you, and you're making a great first impression on every step of the way. So I want you to check it out. Just, you have nothing to lose. That's it. That's all I've got for today. Will you treat your business like a business from day one? I hope you have found this video valuable. If you have, please consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up and that bell so you never miss another video from me in the future, because I do publish one every single week, every Wednesday, same time, same place. And that's all I got. I'm Veronica. Bye for now.